This is an historic episode of the Foreplay Podcast, our first one with two guests.
Nick
died. Although, because of how we filmed everything, Nick will be on next week. We're going to shoot two back-to-back spoilers. We're doing two in a row with our guest Christian and our guest Jasmyn. Hello.
Hello.
You're not going to say anything, Christian? You're just going to...
Hello, Foreplay viewers.
There you go. We have Kevin over there.
Hi.
They didn't hear that. And Mike.
My scrotum's okay.
Mike's back from his scrotum tear. Although, I think in the way these go up, you were dead again next week, so it's okay.
How do they go about fixing that ailment?
Glue.
Glue.
Elmer's glue?
They just take a glue stick to it.
Any glue they
I think that's
find.
the...
And a lot of fondling.
Okay.
Fondling by whom?
Nah.
Once again, anything they can find.
Question: has anyone here gotten a massage before?
Yes.
Yeah.
No. Are they not the greatest thing in the world?
They are the
They are.
greatest.
Mike, have you ever gotten a massage? Kevin, I didn't think you did. Mike,
Not
I don't
in
know.
the traditional sense, no.
You never paid for a massage.
No.
Next question, Jasmyn, Christian, have you ever went to Hand and Stone?
Yes.
Yeah.
That is
That's
the
where I
ultimate.
went.
That is the ultimate.
Yeah.
I had one today,
Mhm.
not at Hand and Stone though. And my God, Kevin and Mike, get your ass to a massage. 'Cause
You know
this
what I'm
is
scared of?
what?
Are you guys sponsored
Getting a
by
bow
Hand
ring?
and Stone?
No.
No, I'm scared of going. And then all of a sudden, whoever's going to be doing it turns the corner and it's just big hulking jack guy. His hands are all oily and
I
shit.
thought you were gonna say like some big like Russian woman. Like, are
Did
you
you-
ready for a massage?
No, did you ever see that episode of Seinfeld with George when he goes to get the massage?
Yep.
And it's just
Oh wait, doesn't he?
the blonde dude with like
Mhm.
he's all masculine and stuff, and he's feeling up his thigh. Oh, I don't know if I could do it.
Well, this is the thing I thought of today, because now I've gotten maybe 10 in my life, and they're all
Damn.
fantastic. And I've never gotten a guy yet. And then
Happy ending?
no, never once.
Not never.
And I never gotten a guy. I don't think I've only requested a girl maybe my first time because I didn't really know what I was doing. I thought that's what I was supposed to do. But I was like, at this point, I was like, I wonder what a guy would feel like. Just because I feel like they
Wait,
could
actually no.
they
I've
could
heard
apply
that
more
from somebody
pressure.
That somebody like the dudes give better massages just for that reason.
All right, so this is the thing. I went to this place on a Groupon, and the first woman I went to, she like it hurt, and I feel like that's where when it's worth it. I feel like I need to hurt a little bit, be
Yeah.
a little sore. Today, it sounds dirty. She kind of just like rubbed me, and it felt good. Like it was fine, but like I didn't feel like she got in there. So that's why I was sitting there thinking. I was like, a guy would get in there. Like I feel like
all in the crevices.
Yeah.
And just be like, get in there.
So I was like, I don't know, a guy might do like he'd be more forceful. I feel like just by nature.
Every time I've gone, I've had like a larger woman do my massages.
never had a guy do it?
Never had a guy do it.
Interesting.
I've always asked for girls. I feel like it'd be weird with a guy.
Yeah.
So like the larger women, they like get in there.
Well, we had an awkward story when we went to Niagara. Me and my girlfriend Nicole, who's been on the show, I got us a Groupon for some random place in Niagara Falls, and we were there, and it was like this little shit shack. It was like a 5 by 5 foot room. I barely fit in. Both of us fit in there. It was like 95.5 degrees. There was no AC and just like a fan. So I was extremely uncomfortable. I'm like sweating the whole time she's doing this massage. I have a girl. She has a guy. She's no more than like 6 inches away from me. And the guy for her was just like pulling down her underwear for her and like weird shit like that. So I don't know if that was like some Canadian normalcy
I just envision.
or what.
I
but-
just envision like a musky stank in the air of just rosa sweat.
Yeah,
Well,
there are only 4 people that can be in this building at one time.
It must have been. Well, the musty stank. It's funny you say that because she stepped in dog shit as we were walking back to our hotel afterward. That's a totally different story. Christian, did you ever get a guy?
No, I haven't. I've only had two massages ever, and they both been girls.
Hand and Stone?
Yeah,
How good?
so fucking good.
See, you guys need to just go. I get a Groupons are cheap too. You get them like
Yeah.
30, 40 bucks.
You can get a couples massage for like $50.
Yeah.
What is like the standard time that
60.
you do this for?
Yeah, an hour.
An hour?
Yep.
60 Swedish.
But
You
it
don't-
like flies by.
it
Yeah.
doesn't feel like an hour.
You
'cause
lay
yeah.
down and it feels like you're there for 5 minutes and you're done.
First time I went in, don't be nervous about getting a bow ring.
Well, I'm not
No
nervous
worries.
about that.
I'm just gonna let it happen.
Probably happens all the time.
That's what I'm saying. There was a weird thing today where
Uh-oh.
I didn't realize what she said because she didn't talk to me at all. Which usually, like the last time I went, I was like talking the whole time to the person because she was just like cool or whatever. And today she was like, usually the drill has been like, all right, now I'm gonna leave the room. Now get changed into whatever you're comfortable with. That's usually what they've said to me. Today she was just like, all right, I'll be back in 2 minutes. I was like, and she's like,
Hurry up.
She's like, well, be ready for your back or something like that. So I didn't know if she meant she wanted me to lay on my back and start there, or she was going to do my back first. So for a change,
Thinking about it way too much.
no, she actually, I was in my,
You're having anxiety
No.
over what this
You laid
lady.
on your back as she walked in.
no, well, first,
Compromise.
I
and
never
lay
go
on your
naked.
side.
I never go naked. I keep my underwear on because I feel like that's more respectful
Yeah.
almost to the people. They don't need to. They don't need to see that. No one
Wait,
needs
they-
to see that one.
They don't want to see you naked in a snail position with your ass in the air.
No one wants to see that. So she tries to open the door as I'm taking my shorts off. I'm like, 1 more minute, please. She was a lovely woman. I don't mean to disparage her. But so then I lay and she's like back. I'm like, I've always started face down first. But the way she said it made me think she wanted me to do the other way.
So did you do like a halfway, like you were on the side?
So I started belly up, right? And I walked in, and it was also hot in there today. The air condition wasn't very, so they have like usually a sheet and a blanket. So I had like the like half on my leg and stuff to get some air, and I put it like a little lower, I guess, on my chest. And she started doing the massage or whatever, and then all of a sudden she's just like, ethics. And she pulls it up, and then I realized it was below my nipples. So I guess no matter what gender you are, your nipples can't be showing. So she's like, ethics. I was like, and that's all. That was the only word she said to me during the entire massage.
Wow.
Sounds like a
Look-
great experience.
I mean, it was
Yeah,
fine.
No, I could just imagine the thoughts that were going through your head for the rest of the massage.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh no. And now I've gotten 10 massages, and I don't mean to scare you guys because all the rest of them have been like normal, kind of what you expect. For the first time ever, this woman did this. And for the audio listeners, like the stereotypical like slapping of the back.
The chopping.
So she did the whole massage, and she covered me back with the sheet, and then she like was gripping me through the sheet.
Ethics.
And then she and then she did this, and I almost burst out laughing because I was like, I feel like this is a stereotype.
You start going,
I blacked out. I couldn't
Person wasn't even a masseuse. It was just someone. Who
Yeah, so
wandered
they
from
got someone there
outside.
for the day.
I could just imagine you after she said that for the rest of the fucking
Just
day.
thinking.
Yeah, just so like a confused look on your face as you're getting the massage.
Well, as massages, this is the Foreplay Podcast where Mondays we tease out our topics. Tuesday we do a talk time. Wednesday is Would You Rather. Thursday is Do You Know. And Friday the whole episode goes up on YouTube at youtube.com/Foreplay video in video form. And then in audio form on iTunes and Google Play Music. Saturday we play video games. And now Michael will tease out this week's topics.
Hello.
Torn scrotum. Back. Go.
So talk time topic gonna be about some generation talk.
Fun fact, you always do this voice when you tease your topics. So go ahead. I don't know what this is either, but you just do it.
I don't like having like the
Limelight.
monologue. Yeah.
All eyes on you.
But Would You Rather is gonna be about I guess like confinement.
ah.
I don't. Depends what kind of confinement, but go ahead. Oh, that's it.
Sexy cat.
Sexy time.
And the Do You Know, Should You Know, it's gonna be about cars.
Cars? Okay. Well, we'll be right back with Michael's Talk Time topic. Talk time on the Foreplay
you have-
Podcast. Why do I have 2 drinks? Because I'm double fisting, because I'm not a little boy. Okay?
Let's duct tape into your hands then.
Yeah.
I was saying to Kevin when I was drinking my 40 earlier that we're going to have to do a podcast where we do
We're all
Edward 40
doing
hands.
Edward 40
Yep.
hands. Yep.
We'll see how it goes. Has anyone here done it?
I have.
Yeah, I've done it. Mike?
You would not be able to survive.
I've done it.
Me.
And you,
How
let me tell you why.
How recent though?
No, during the problem, but let me
Dude,
tell you, I needed Nicole there because shout out to my girlfriend. I needed to use the restroom. She accompanied me and assisted me.
That's cheating.
That's not.
So what is he supposed to piss on himself?
Yeah,
Yeah,
what?
that's the game. You're supposed
That's
to.
a horrible
You're supposed
game.
to drink them until like.
That's like Chinese water torture. I don't know. That's that's not a game anymore.
That's just holding it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's legit
Yeah.
the game though. Because you can't take them off.
All right, so we'll go in the ocean and I'll
either-
just piss in the bathing suit or something. I don't fucking know.
Just jump headfirst into the hot tub.
Swan dive with 240.
First of all, shout out to pissing on the beach. I was at this was a few weekends ago now. Me and a few of my buddies from my old college. We went down to Sea Isle, New Jersey, and we were on the beach there. And one of my buddies I don't know what the hell was wrong with him. He was in one of those situations where like literally like every 15 minutes he had to piss. So all of a sudden
He's pregnant.
every 15 minutes you see this kid just go running down. He wouldn't even go deep into the water. He'd reached the point where he was like shin deep. Just get down on one knee. One knee, just let it flow, get up, run back.
That's
And,
fantastic.
it happened all day.
I
It was
thought you were gonna
ridiculous.
say he was sprinting towards the water and you could just see it streaming.
No, but like there were families sitting right there, and like literally probably about 50 times during that day they had to watch this kid run by, get down on a knee in the water, and then run back.
Is this the friend that watches our stuff? So he'll
Yeah.
hear this story? All right, good.
That's
What's
what
his
I think.
name?
Hayden.
Shout out to you, Hayden. So, Mike, we're not talking about peeing in the ocean today, but what are we talking about?
I didn't really obviously came with the topic, but I didn't really come with like what I wanted to talk about. Like I want
A general
you guys-
idea.
Yeah. Like I just want to talk about like I said generations.
You
right?
just
I didn't
open
say
a
genetics.
dictionary and just
Yeah.
That's the word I landed on.
yeah.
So I just wanted to talk about like how different our parents to our generation is, like, because like how they say like, oh well, like when I was a kid, like blah 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 and shit like that. But like I always feel like our parents always say that shit and saying it was harder back then, when I think a lot of shit is harder now.
I like what you said, because I think about this all the time. I swear to God. And I truly feel, and I guess every generation says this, but I think we were seriously born in the best generation. Like as our specific age and time frame. So I'm talking about like,
yes and no.
I'm
In
thinking
my opinion.
22 to like 26-year-olds, I think. Because we experienced life. Christian is my childhood best friend from fucking like second grade. I feel like we were the last true generation that hung out outside every day of the week. And by the time we started to grow old and mature, cell phones started to come around. And we also got that other age. So I feel like we're the last generation to experience both worlds. We didn't go outside with cell phones every day.
You would go and knock on
Yeah.
people's front doors.
Like,
to ask
hey,
them
can
to come
Brandon come
outside.
outside?
Yeah,
and
you had to
play.
call
Yeah.
their house phone and
Yeah, but
Uh,
there was nothing worse. All right, it's bad enough when you know somebody's not doing something and you call them and they don't answer. But there's nothing worse than knowing somebody's
it was
home,
home. Yeah.
Yeah.
and you knock on their door and then you have their parents tell you that they're not home or they're doing something.
But this
when
is-
you know for a fact they were
Yeah.
not doing shit.
But like with this shit, like it was so fucking normal that I'm not gonna say them out loud, but I still know your fucking house phone and your fucking house phone because I
Same.
would call them.
I know.
Almost,
Yep.
You remember mine
Yep,
too?
I still
Yeah.
remember.
I
you.
can't remember it.
I don't even have a house phone anymore.
Yeah, we don't have
Yeah.
a house
I don't
phone
have
either.
So okay, am I allowed to say your number then?
Yeah.
262-3604.
Yep.
Like I still, because that was the only way we were able to communicate.
Mm.
And like me and Christian Mike hung out with us all the time back in the day, so like us three would hang out quite often. There's a story where we were wrestling, or Christian, you were getting into a fight with one of our friends.
What?
And you were getting into a fight with your neighbor. I don't want to put him on blast.
Oh,
and
I
you were
remember
like,
that, yeah.
he pulled out something. You're like, Yankee, what's that shiny metal machine? Do you remember that? And you started like freaking out. And me and
Yeah,
Mike
but
were
what
just.
was it?
I think I don't fucking
know.
know at this point, but just all this stupid shit. But it's like their generation only played outside. At least we had some of the techie stuff.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like on rainy days and snowstorms, you could do stuff inside.
Exactly. We still had like video games and stuff, but
But it wasn't like top priority.
no.
Like
But it's just like kids that now they go outside and they're just cell phone. Like they're addicted to their fucking cell phones. And I don't.
Yep.
Do you blame them? Like if you like at that if we
It's
had
not their fault.
if we had the world in our hands, kids, that's all we would do. I mean,
I'm not disagreeing with you like on that part that we grew up in like the best time, but I'm talking about like I just can't stand how our parents are always saying like, oh, like you guys have it good or whatever. It's just
No.
like I feel like that's so wrong because I feel like it was 10 times easier to get a job back then.
One.
Yeah,
And,
that
like,
I agree with.
just like shit like that, you know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
and like
So-
living on your own, I feel like was a lot easier to do back then.
So what do you where are those like? Is that where you think they're coming from when like this is said? Like what do you think their reasoning is for?
I don't know. Like I don't know. I feel like they just think our generation is just full of lazy people, It's
Which
just
is-
very, well.
It's
I don't know.
Well, it's just because we have access to so much information
Mhm.
in a matter of
Yeah.
seconds.
to me. It's
Whereas like if they
But
when they
I
were
feel
in
like
school,
it's not our fault though. Like
Nah.
I wouldn't say we're lazy because
Yeah.
of
it's
it.
just
like,
it's 10 times easier to be lazy now because of everything.
yeah, like you need to literally find something out. You're not going to run to the library to find it out.
No, like I listen to podcasts all the time, which is why I started wanting to do this. And I don't know which one or when, but I remember one podcast was having a conversation where a kid wrote in and he was like, "Oh, what do you guys do when you're bored?" And like the one guy freaked out. He's like, "How the fuck are you bored now?" Like
there's no reason to be bored.
there's
Yeah,
And-
I'm
and
bored
we-
all the time.
yeah, but we and I say it too. I'm just as guilty, but it's like, how the fuck are we bored? Where at any moment we could pull up the entire like world's information
Well,
from our phone and shit.
I think that actually is like a problem of our generations that like I haven't like I want to read like a shitload of books. There's a shitload of books that
Me
I want
too.
to read, and like those moments where I think in my head that I'm just like, oh, I'm bored. Like that would be the moments that I'm reading it, but it's just like, and I think about it, I'm just like,
It's easier to do
think
something
I'll
else.
just-
I've got to be
Watch.
honest. I'm rarely bored ever. I don't think I've ever. It's been a long time since I've said I'm bored. Like there's
I say to fuck with people usually when I hang out at their
well, yeah,
houses,
yeah,
but
you're annoying. That's just because you're annoying. But
Mike, I'm bored. Entertain me.
because there's just like if I have nothing to do on a day, I mean I could sit and like play video games for hours.
Yeah,
and
no
just-
problem.
and have no problem with it whatsoever.
But it's like,
I don't feel like I'm wasting any time.
I think
or-
I usually just say I'm bored when like I want to go out and do something, but there's nothing to
Yeah,
do.
no,
You know what
I-
mean?
I get that.
That's like when
Now-
I'm actually
Yeah,
bored.
when like the options you have aren't like exactly what you want to do.
yeah, exactly.
no, for me, that's usually inhibited by money. For me, I feel like almost, or not even by my money, by
The last 2
Yeah.
weeks have been rough.
Really?
I have not worked a lot.
Okay, yeah, but not even like by my money. Sometimes it's other people's money where it's like,
Oh yeah.
Hey, I
you
wanna
have
do-
money and all your
Yeah.
friends are broke, and you're like,
exactly.
"Alright."
It's like I can't like I don't blame you for not wanting to do this because
But
you'll
I
put you
can't
in the
fund
hole.
everyone's funds.
Yeah.
I feel like when it comes to the generation thing, I have really young parents, so I haven't
Okay.
like I don't experience the whole like, oh, when I was your age, because like
So what's the age range on your
my-
parents?
Her mom's
My
in the
mom's-
Blink 182.
yeah,
awesome.
like my mom's 40 and I'm 22,
Okay.
so I have really young parents. So I don't really like when I got a computer for the first time. That was my parents' first computer too.
That's really
so They
cool,
were
yeah.
just like, oh, this is so cool. Let's all do this together.
Now, like a
So-
side note on that, is it a thing where like I've always been the computer tech fix person for my parents because they still don't know how to use it? Like, are you guys like in the same boat?
We
with
were
it?
all in the same boat.
So they're very like techie
Yeah,
and
we
everything.
all
That's
know
really
what we-
cool.
yeah.
Mhm.
My mom helps me with my computer.
Okay, so
Yeah,
it's that other way around.
yeah.
I still have to change the input on my TV in my house because no one knows how to do it.
You're kidding me?
I'll tell you
That's
right now.
crazy.
When I lived, my dad's a little bit better, but when I lived with my mom, I would always walk into the living room and they're watching TV. It's such this
On
is this is
SD,
like a
on-
generation problem. They would watch it in standard definition, and I'd be like, "What the fuck are you guys doing?" Oh, it's fine. They don't think anything of it. Like I don't understand how they don't click, but
Because that's still a relatively new thing.
still, it's like this is on like a deeper
Although
level.
actually, it's been like
no, but
No, it's
the
been a
decade.
Long
It's
time.
been like a decade.
it's been a long time, but how do we see that and get that if our parents didn't teach us that? Like, why
I mean,
I
we were
don't know,
probably
my
just
dad
exposed
goes
to it
crazy
more.
with that shit
Yeah.
too, though. Like
standard definition?
if my mom's watching shit,
I guess so, but your dad's like more of a gamer too, so
Well,
I feel
yeah.
like that puts him into that boat, which obviously all of us were predisposed into that boat. But still, it's like I've been thinking about this lately, and I almost want to try it as like a test of doing 30 days without internet. Besides working, I was thinking about that today. I don't know what this is the shit that comes in my head. I don't know. I'm like, besides work, if it's like working needs or stuff for the podcast where I need to be on the internet, I kind of want to try a 30-day pledge of just completely disconnecting.
For you, I don't think you can do it.
And is that really fucked? Like,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like internet's kind of like just this commodity we've like grown up with. It's just like another part of our lives.
And
I don't
like,
think it's like this like thing we have to like pledge away from.
So we'll get back on focus with the generation part of it a little bit, because my conversation, which we're going to do on the next podcast, is kind of going into this a little bit. But I don't know, I just feel like we were the best. Like me and Christian played outside like every single day, and I don't know what our childhoods would be if we were on cell phones. Like if we had cell phones.
Well, yeah, the other week we were sitting in my backyard, and like I was saying that like my neighborhood like sounded really quiet, and it's like in the middle of summer, and I just remember when I was a kid in the middle of summer, like we were fucking yelling and screaming all the time. Like our neighborhood was not quiet.
No.
You know, like constantly playing football and
no,
like,
that's even like I go outside now
manhunt and everything.
and there's like one kid, like me and Christian now again live on the same block where we grew up, and it's like
There's like one kid throwing a ball up against a wall.
no, there's one kid in like my cul-de-sac that plays basketball almost every day, and it's like I don't see anybody outside
and there's
ever.
I know there's enough younger kids in my neighborhood now that like,
But it's
they're
like
at that age that I was.
at our
outside
age,
the
that's
time.
all we had.
Yeah.
That was it.
So are we gonna be saying the same thing?
Nostalgia.
have it so easy.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be different.
We're
for us,
bordering
'cause
on
we've-
that right now.
I mean, we've been on both sides of it, so I mean,
That's what I'm saying. I think we were the perfect generation.
But I also think there's gonna
So
be
did the
another
generation
big-
before us, and
Yeah.
then probably the generation after us.
Yeah, because they're like, oh, well, we got to experience cell phones
Yeah.
growing up, but you didn't. To me, it's like the cell phone was such a life changing like world twist. Like the iPhone in 2006 was so fucking like world and like life
but it wasn't
changing.
really. It was kind of just there for us. Like it didn't really like. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
it didn't feel like a big
Yeah,
reveal
we were
for
just
me.
like, oh,
I was
yeah.
like, oh,
yeah,
what is
this
that?
is supposed to happen. Like,
Well, yeah, but
I
like
don't
we
know.
didn't realize the impact. No one, even
well, yeah, that's
then,
what I mean.
they didn't realize the impact. But we got to experience like life cognizantly before then. Like
Yeah.
we don't remember elementary school that much. Like we remember like some of the things we did, but the for us it came out in 6th grade when we were in 6th grade, like the smartphone, and like none of our friends.
I didn't
really
get my
had it.
first cell phone until I was in like maybe 8th grade or something.
I got mine
It was
in-
a stupid. It was a generic flip phone that did nothing.
Yeah,
I had like a
forget
text.
what
I had a
I got.
text limit.
Yeah, I had.
and I could
I
just
didn't even. I didn't even
150
have
texts a
text.
month,
I just
that's all.
like could call people. That was it.
I remember like I got mine. An aunt who she actually passed away. Now that I think of it, but she got me this phone as like a gift for a random birthday, and she never really got me gifts. And she got me like this Virgin Mobile. Do you remember I had this?
Yeah.
And we only had like 20 minutes of like calling. Like it was a prepaid phone, so we had to
Yeah.
load it. I was like, oh my god, like what am I going to spend this minute like these
That was
minutes
back
on?
when like minutes mattered.
Like there's no way a kid now thinks about having a text or a phone limit because they just send texts
Kids
all
don't
day
even think
long.
about having a data limit anymore. You can just surf the internet for as long as
one
you
of my
want.
favorite internet memes is like the picture of that old internet symbol. That's like that moment when your heart used to drop when you would accidentally click the internet
Yeah.
button on your
Yeah.
cell phone,
It's
and
just
you knew
like-
your parents would get the bill.
Yep.
For,
It's like-
for your 1 second of internet, it costs like a
And now what do we
nickel or
do?
some shit.
Our phones are probably all right now. They're down. We're not looking at them, and they're all still connected to the internet. It's like that's why it's like on a whole nother deep level. It's like I almost have a fear of dying because I want to see where the fuck the world's gonna be in 15 years. Because think about 15 years ago, like that was before any big technology, and it's like I mean I know we were young, but say
You ever watch the video "End of the World"?
end of the world. But it's like, was our parents thinking like back then before cell phones hit that like technology was about to boom?
No, they
Or-
couldn't have fathomed anything.
I remember
like
when I
came.
first got a GameCube, my dad was just like, "This is like the peak of technology. This is like as good as it's
Isn't
gonna
that,
get."
yeah, but you, like on a video games level too, it's like we go back and we play our old games for Let's Plays, and we're like, this looks like shit.
Yeah.
But when we were back then, this was
Uh-huh.
like the most insane graphics we've ever seen.
Yeah, some of the games that honestly ruined the memory that I had.
Me and
of
Mike
them.
did that recently. We played a bunch of PS2 games. We played Star Wars Battlefront 2, and we're like,
This is garbage.
this is horrible.
Remember
we-
GoldenEye for N64?
We did that.
Yeah,
That's
it's tough.
awful to play.
But that was
now.
the peak of my
Yeah.
everything at that time. I don't
It's
know.
crazy.
Blockheads.
Blockheads, man. I like it. I like that you didn't know where you were going. A blockhead. Miles too. Shout out. I like that, Mike. You didn't know where we were going, but we had a fun journey on this talk time.
Nostalgia.
Topic. Nostalgia. That's the end game. I mean, nostalgia is like a whole another topic where everything.
Nostalgia is my one true weakness.
Yeah.
That's
That's right.
Is.
At what point in time did we all peak? It's another topic.
Nostalgia junkies.
Ridiculous.
The would you rather question will be right after this short break. Well, we were just talking about.
Then I take my poop out and fertilize a tree with it.
I'm gonna let that roll right into would you
It's
rather.
a circle of life.
As we were just talking about public pooping before we actually went live on the Foreplay podcast for Michael's would you rather. So go ahead and transition us from pooping to that.
I believe I said confinement.
You did, sure
Right.
did.
Would you rather be? Now Jasmyn already had a taste of this, so she had time to think about it.
Okay, it marinated in her head. Okay.
Sure. Would you rather be confined 5 years in your own home or a year in maximum security prison? And for both of these, there's no prep time, so you can't like bulk up before prison and get super jacked or whatever. And you
So
can't,
this is tomorrow.
yeah, like you can't prep and get a shitload of stuff like say like get a shitload of books or something
Yeah.
before you like are locked up in your house. Basically.
So it's what I have in my house today.
Yeah.
Question.
What about food?
No, I don't. Just don't like disregard food.
Okay, I just have one question.
You'll be
now.
fed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play this card for maybe the first time in my life.
Oh wait. I didn't say the biggest part of staying at home though.
Okay.
There's no TV or internet.
I was gonna say, I'll play the card for the first time. As a man with divorced parents, do I get to pick the man cave at my mom's house, or do I have to go back to my dad's house where I currently live? Because I'll set up in here for 5 years easy. I got 384 games, I believe, in here. I'm locked and
Yeah,
loaded.
no TV or internet.
So that means TV is in like cable, or TV is in like you don't even have one.
Yeah, I guess just no video games because it's basically being at the comfort of your own home, but you're in prison.
True.
You know what I mean?
True.
So it's 5 years of that, or a year in actual maximum security prison.
So do you get like you can go outside there?
Yeah.
At
Well, I think
prison?
in maximum security you get like
Are you?
I
Well,
think you get an hour a day.
or are you trying to say? Okay. Are we in solitary confinement in prison?
just-
Okay, normal prison, but it's a maximum security. So you're with.
Yeah,
You're with the
You're
motherfuckers.
with killers and rapists.
Yikes.
This is tough. Christian, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna ask, with the house, are you allowed like in your yard and stuff? And
Do you get like the
Okay.
same like hour? Or?
Well, if we're doing the hour of all right, say you get an hour a day outside in prison, so you get an hour outside, but it's only your yard.
okay,
And it's only a year there?
It's only a year in prison, 5 years at your house.
are people allowed to come visit at your house?
I say no.
No.
It's gonna be like prison. You'll have like right. I'd
I
imagine.
guess like visitation, right?
So so
Yeah,
are
it's a
there
very-
conjugal visits?
It's a
Okay. Can anyone answer at this table answer what the fuck conjugal means? Because I just know it means sex. That's all. I'm gonna have to Google this. Continue.
the way I don't know that I feel like the best way to explain the home experience that I said to Jasmyn was basically you have the fear of going outside.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Oh.
So basically, you just do not want to go outside for 5 years.
Well, I'm gonna say a fun fact here. Conjugal fun fact.
oh.
It's spelled first CONJUGAL.
Okay. Yeah.
Didn't expect the U there. And its definition is relating to marriage or the relationship of a married couple. And all my experience in TV and film, that doesn't usually mean a conjugal visit because I don't think they're ever married when they're pulling their girlfriends and whatnot to come have sex with them at the jail. Any Hoosers.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Neither do I.
You never heard of a conjugal visit?
No. I think
I
I've
have.
heard it.
Thank you, Christian. Jasmyn heard it too.
I don't know.
Jasmine, so what was you had time to prep. What was your answer here?
So I would live 5 years in my house.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
Because I think I'm leaning the other way.
Just because, like, when you're in jail, you have to worry about, like, horrible things, like getting raped in the shower, where you can take a shower in your own comfort of your own home.
That's true.
You know, and then
Oh
Like,
shit,
The
that's
thing
true.
is-
That's like my big thing. Like you don't have to worry about getting like
God, I can't.
Right.
attacked.
The thing is, I know it's definitely possible, but your least of worries in prison should be getting raped in the shower compared to our situation.
I feel like that would be one of my biggest fears.
It's a lot
Like-
harder.
My biggest fear would be using the restroom.
Yeah, like you're in a cell with someone else and you're like, gotta go.
We have a roommate.
Of
In
course,
jail?
it's jail. Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh no.
I need my time, man. But I don't know
Is that a euphemism for masturbating?
that. I mean that too. That's
I mean,
another
I
common
feel like
concern.
there'd come a point where there would just be.
No hold bars.
Yeah. Just-
See, 'cause I think me and Christian are in the same way because to me, okay, so Jasmine, you picked the 5 years, right? Think about 5 years ago, Jasmine.
I said
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
when you got your license. 22.
Fuck,
17 is when you
yeah.
got your license.
Yeah, I feel like 5
too
years is
bad.
such a long time to spend that like in your home alone. Like would just kind of screw you up as a person.
That's what
I
I'm
don't know,
saying.
the only thing is a year.
More than a year in prison.
A
would.
year
I
in
feel like
fear, though.
Yeah, that's
Would
what I'm
feel
saying.
like
You
5
live with
years.
that
You get
forever.
you get fucked up in both ways, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like that's obvious, but it's like 5 years you got to deal with because so you're still at home. Your friends know you're stuck there. It's like like you can't do anything with your friends. Like I guess you still have some relative contact with them, but
Are
it,
you
like
forced to like watch everybody having fun outside?
Hey, like I don't know. I don't want to miss out on my
Bubble
20s.
boy.
yeah.
Like
Oh, especially because you said tomorrow, so
yeah,
that's almost putting all of us at 30.
yeah.
5 years stuck in home.
Come
And
out
I,
at
like,
28.
I don't know. I feel like this. I would say the year in maximum security wouldn't like be on your record because that would sway. A
Oh,
lot.
Yeah,
No.
Well,
yeah, this
That's
is
true.
just
I didn't think
you-
about
Very
that.
hypothetical.
Yeah.
Just the
you're just losing this amount of time in your
Yeah.
life, basically. That's
But
why.
you know what? I'd like to believe that somehow I would just be like, kind of the dude that keeps to himself and just like learns fucking street smart shit.
Yeah.
What in home
In
or in
prison.
the? No,
Prison.
I'm leaning towards jail.
No, that's what I said.
Mhm.
But Jasmine brought up the fucking whole bathroom scene because
Yeah.
that is, I swear to God, the biggest thing.
I feel like I don't know
Just
in
don't
prison.
drop the soap.
It's almost. Well, it's only a year. I was gonna say if you put 5 years in prison, you're guaranteed to get touched
Well,
in
if
the
you
butt
really
or
think
something.
about it, though, if you don't shower, nobody's gonna want to fucking touch you.
They might like
I
that dirty
do know
goop.
that because you're definitely gonna get some diseases.
What if
You
you
might-
walk into your cell and it's like some Terry Crews looking fella and he's just fucking
I think
huge?
that would probably be the best aspect. If my
Yeah, what if
jailbait looked like Terry Crews,
I
I'd
would
just be-
I would
Why would-
instantly try
Could
to
he make you his
No,
bitch?
I would befriend him and we
Yeah,
would become
that's what I'm
friends.
saying.
yeah. And I would say, that guy looks really good over there. Make him your bitch and not me. And we'd be
I
friends.
don't think that's how it would work. I think
Yeah.
he'd call you his like milky chocolate.
I mean, I know I look good, Mike, but you don't have to.
He'd
embellish
be like,
me.
hold my pocket real quick.
Yeah, there
my
you go.
pocket.
What is that from? Oh my God.
I heard that from a Tom Segura stand up.
No, that's from like a movie or a show.
That's
like,
just a thing, like pocket bitches in jail.
I wonder if that's in anyone here watch Orange is the New Black? That's not in that? Okay.
I'm just
Not
picturing
your movie. The Longest Yard.
Get Hard, and I picture you.
I love that.
I love it.
The scene
Wait,
where they're like
that's-
preparing
Yeah.
with the strobe light and the monkeys.
Yep.
You know, that's the best scene
Je
in that
m'appelle
movie.
James. Can I join your game?
That's why I feel like eventually a year in jail, you would just get over the bathroom stuff.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
not
it wouldn't
like
be
the
easy for me, but I would eventually have to. You would just adapt to
Do you mean like shit in front of someone, or what do you mean?
all of the above. Just I
Like
like my
the-
privacy in the bathroom.
Well, the bathroom, I'm pretty sure maximum security is in your cell. I think
Yeah.
you have the toilet. In
You have the
there, but
toilet.
The showers are out.
Yeah, so
Right.
eventually you would adapt, but
Yeah.
I feel like I would get like fucked up in prison. Like I just
like they'd come after you.
yeah, I just feel like I wouldn't have a specific gang to join.
Well,
you
yeah,
know?
she talked about this before.
You're
She's black, but she's like light skinned, so she thinks that she'll get outcast
in
by
between.
the black.
Like I don't speak Spanish, so they wouldn't accept me.
You would just be
So
stuck
I'm just
in
like
between.
a floater.
Prison
yeah.
wallflower.
There you go. I can appreciate that.
That's not the worst play because then at least you're not pissing anybody off.
See, but I'm Italian, so I would be in the Irish or Polish gang because of my pale ass skin. So I wouldn't belong there.
That's what I wouldn't want any.
There's always a gang for everything, right? In prison, I don't know.
Polish gang.
The Polish gang.
I
Polish.
wouldn't want any allegiance because then you become a part of one group and then there's another
And
group
then,
that
yeah, then
automatically
you gain
hates you.
enemies.
Instant enemy.
Bring us the kielbasa, or you're not allowed in.
I was about to say kielbasa, but I didn't know if that was racist, and I didn't know what language that was attached to. I was gonna say Polish. I was like, I'll just eat kielbasa, but I had no idea what in the fuck that was. It's Polish.
I think.
All right, good. We'll go ahead. All right.
Yeah, I think it is.
I'm gonna do the time because 5 years ago, me is a totally different person. Sitting
I'm
here
definitely
today.
doing 1 year in prison.
1 year in prison.
1 year in the clink.
You too?
I have my own
Hey, we might
mattress
be
at home.
roommates.
You do have you have your own mattress.
Your own mattress, your own like bed, your own mattress, your own bathroom, any books you have in your house. You can learn some interesting
I'll finally
hobbies.
finish the Fellowship of the Ring.
That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, you would finish at day 2 and be like, I have 8,000 more days to go.
I really wish Nick was here for this topic.
That's why I like that you said "oh shit" because I thought you were about to get all like butthurt about the mattress, but Nick
No.
would be excited about the fact
That
to
he
have
could stay
5
home.
years in his home because he hates being anywhere else.
I'm pretty sure, I'm about 95% sure Nick just made up this test to stay home.
This one,
He just wants to stay home for a night.
So are you picking house?
Oh, no. But 5 years.
Mike, what are you picking?
Prison.
So we have
I'm
three
not losing. There's no,
No.
way I'm losing 5.
Yeah.
prisons. Jasmine stuck for 5
Could you have
years.
conjugal visits in your house?
I think
Yeah.
it's got to be
Yeah,
equal.
then I'm definitely doing
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
5 years, I think, is just too long. Like, that's what's kind of.
If it was 3, I would pick home. 3, I think I could wrap my head around a little bit more.
Yeah, maybe.
Because I think like 2 would be too easy.
Hmm.
5 is just that's
I would say 2.5, 3 years is probably like the
absolute max for picking.
I'm just
home.
terrified of jail. I'm just scared of it. I'm just scared.
But see, eventually, you would be in fear for a while. Probably, like, all of us would be in it for. But eventually, you would just adapt to because that's your
I feel like-
normal.
But do you? I feel like a year's like too short to like just adapt.
Fully.
No, I
Yeah.
feel
Like,
like
fully
I feel like
adapt.
a year is like just right to like learn some cool shit, but not get way too fucked up in the head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're like it's like right on the.
But see, everyone loves me, so
Because
I
you
feel like
don't
I'd be
wanna
too
adapt-
welcome
I
in
don't-
there.
You don't want to adapt too much to prison
No.
because then you don't know the
That's
outside
normal.
world anymore.
And I'm just
That
picturing
happens-
Get Hard
that
now.
happens to
Will
people,
Ferrell.
like,
Yeah.
They don't like
And you're
understand
sitting
how
at
to come back to like real life.
You learn the value of a cigarette,
yeah.
the currency value.
toilet
And
wine.
ramen noodles.
The toilet
Yeah.
line.
Then you're like eating and you're like covering your food because you want. It's
There's
just,
a
Oh.
whole recipe book on ramen noodles that a dude made from prison.
I,
Oh, I think
it.
I saw that. Where it's like the big tub of
Yeah.
ramen,
Mhm.
Ugh.
like the 12,000 calorie meal that he made or something.
Ugh. Kevin, 5 or 1?
One.
One
I'm just
year-
gonna go for
1 year
it.
prison. All right. Everyone but Jasmine, the only girl
I could
picking the
not
jail.
survive in jail. I could not.
Appreciate that.
Doesn't even have to worry about dicks in the butt.
Well, I feel like from my limited experience with Orange is the New Black, there's a whole nother world of problems to have to deal with as a
I
female.
mean,
Did you watch it too
yeah,
with her?
but-
Okay.
male
Sure.
prison is definitely a lot more.
Yeah, well, there's
Scary.
there's a threatening part of a literal dick in your butt. But would you be feared of a dick in your butt? Let us
Oh,
know in the
no.
comments below, and we'll come back with Mike's "Do You Know" question after this.
It's gonna be dry.
Michael, it's your time for your "Do You Know" question
Oh,
of
ow.
this week's
I
topic.
hit my
Kevin
face.
hurt himself.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna say this, and you're gonna think it's stupid.
Okay, this is
I
the one you
don't know
prepared
if
me
you-
for.
And I don't know if we already talked about the one thing, but I'm just gonna go for it. So,
Well, we have 2 guests for the first time ever, so new aspects.
do you know,
Oh no.
and should you know,
Well, if we
how a
remember.
plumbus is made?
What did you just say? I don't even know what you said.
What the fuck's a plumbus?
No, never mind. That's
Take
not
the
it.
fleeb.
I
What?
showed my whole family this. That's
Really?
Be able to know, yeah. But never mind. We're gonna.
Is that
not the real thing.
Is that from a show that I
Yeah,
haven't
Rick
seen?
and Morty.
Okay.
What in the fuck's a
Plumbus.
plumbus? Is it a plunger for your anus?
It's a household item, you know.
Yeah.
That's a normal household.
I gotta get on the Rick and Morty grind.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
Seriously.
Me and Kevin will
Holy
just have to
shit.
marathon it
All right.
together.
Do you know and should you know how to drive a manual car?
Manual car.
Interesting.
No.
Now, does anyone here at the table know how to?
I get the idea, but I've never driven one.
So no one
But I know like the
in theory.
like I know I know like yeah.
So
So I
I-
think if I jumped into one, I would have no idea.
Yeah,
like,
no,
what
it'd be
I'm
rough.
actually
So I'm the only one that's driven it on a public road before.
I've driven it on a public road, not well, but
Was it your brother's car?
no, it was my dad's.
So you driven on a public road? Like how
Yeah.
far? How many miles were you talking
I
about?
drove about half a mile and I just stalled out, and a cop came up to us, and my dad just drove it the rest of the way
Your experience
back.
has to be horrible because there's no way.
I had to drive it, and I have a very strong stance on the
car?
matter. My mom's fiance's old Nissan Pathfinder. Now it wasn't a stick like everyone thinks
why the
about.
fuck-
It was a giant like truck stick. So I'm talking audio podcast listeners,
okay.
like a 2 foot long stick shift, right? Now my car was
Why was that?
Did you ever see
Like
people
that,
in like
though.
Jeeps with that?
No, yeah, no, I know, but like,
No.
why was that?
Yeah, it's
like
a weird-
that?
why was
model,
no because it
yeah.
was old as shit. It was like a 1990 car. So my car went in the shop for a while, right? So I need to get to my community college, which was right around the corner, and it was only for a few days. But I've never been more terrified in a vehicle than me driving a stick shift car because
Wait, how many times did you hear?
so my background, I worked at a gas station and became a mechanic, right? So he taught me how to learn stick, and I was able.
Okay.
My long time thing was I could move stick, I can't drive stick. Moving a stick, kicking
Yeah,
a
you
car
just
into
back
first
it out
gear,
and fucking- Yeah.
not much to it. You turn the car on with your foot on the brake and on neutral. You shift into first. Driving in first, there's nothing really to it, right? You give it a little clutch, you
Yeah.
give it a little gas. Anyone could teach that, but driving on the road in like traffic is a totally different beast.
Yeah, because when somebody slams on the brakes in front of you,
Which is like almost a misconception because you could still slam on the brakes even if you're in fourth gear and you're not going to stall out, but you're going to like
well,
that
yeah, fucks up
stereotypical.
all the gears.
And if exactly you grind the gears, which happens on a car. So I had to do this and I knew how to move it, but I had to drive it for a few days around town. And I never went more than I think like 15 minutes, but dude, I was fucking scared. Like because the thing is when you're sitting at like a red light, right? So no one's ever driven stick, right?
I have
Okay, very little.
poorly.
But you're sitting at a red light and you're in neutral.
I know about the roll,
Yeah.
and that's frightening.
So while you're shifting into first gear, you have to let off the brake a little bit and go into first. So you do
Yeah.
when you're in the car, it feels like you're rolling back. Now, obviously, it's probably just like a few inches, but still, like people
if
would.
you're on a good enough hill, you actually are. Like,
No.
Yeah.
like if you don't go, you're gonna hit somebody behind you.
That's why I was never scared for myself. I was scared for everyone else because I would shift and I'd be like, this motherfucker's so fucking close to me. I'm gonna shift and I'm just gonna roll back enough so I would like floor it in first gear.
Actually, I have a story like that to where we were in Greece and we rented a car and it was a manual. And my dad was driving and we're going up to this monastery on top of this fucking mountain, and it's like a winding road on top of this it's a winding road on top of this mountain. And it's like it's a dirt road. It's like the fucking road's tiny as shit, right? So we're going up, we're almost to the very top. My dad goes to shift and
It doesn't.
does the whole thing to shift, and then we like roll back for a second.
So he locked it in neutral. It didn't like
And-
connect, I guess. Yeah.
Well, no, it was like because it was a really steep hill,
was so
like
high.
it was gonna happen regardless. But like my fucking grandmother freaked the fuck out because she thought we were going down off the mountain.
Now, was this the same grandma that has the story behind it that I could tell a sidebar? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't think I've told it yet on the podcast
don't
before.
know.
I'm not sure, but I'm going to say it again just because we're talking about cars. Me and Michael were going to our friend's house, and Michael's grandmother, formerly known as Yaya. What is her full name? I couldn't tell you what her full name is.
Cleopatra.
Cleopatra.
Really?
Yeah.
How the fuck did you never tell me that? That is awesome. Why do we call her Yaya? Is that just like Greek for grandma, I guess?
Yeah, it's
Like,
like
I say
it's like
nanny
mom.
or mom. Okay.
Like papu.
That's fucking. Oh, that's so good. But anyway, Yaya was taking us to our friend's house, and Yaya didn't really know what speed bumps were, I guess, at the time.
I just didn't think she saw it.
Yeah, all right. So maybe she did. But me and Mike were in the back, and Mike's older brother was riding shotgun with her, and she hit the speed bump at probably 40 miles an hour. But 40 miles an hour is enough to
40
catch.
miles per hour hitting a speed bump is a lot.
It's enough to take some air. And I just remember Mike, we went airborne. She started like screaming, and Mike's brother just started screaming at her, and she had no idea what was going on. I'll never forget that till the day I die.
Yeah, and the thing is, it was like really close to the person's house that we were going to. So like once we finally stopped, we were just like, all right, see ya. And my brother was going to his friend's house. They were just like, all right, like, have a good time.
So this is like, you talk about genius. So no one knows here how to do it besides me. I guess like this is what I always think about, because I like to travel, and if I'm gonna do probably 98% of my travel in my life, at least to other countries, it's probably only going to be with my girlfriend.
Well,
I would imagine.
It's also more popular in other countries. The manual cars.
Well, that's what I'm getting to. But I was like, I would love to do it with like traveling into another country with you guys would be like the best experience,
Yeah, it would
right?
be
Like
awesome.
with all your friends and stuff. Odds are that's probably
is one of your favorite movies, right?
that and your road trip. I love those movies. But it's like realistically, it's not going to happen for most of us. Like us visiting other countries with our friends, it's only really going to happen with your significant other for the most part. But it's like I'm thinking of the should you know part, and it's like manual for Americans. To me, since I'm a big traveler guy, it's like I wish I almost didn't know, because all 5 of us go right now. We're going to Europe tomorrow. Well, who's the asshole that's going to get stuck driving the car now and has all the pressure on them in another country to rent that and drive that car? It's me. So it's like, as an American, should we know how to drive these things?
That's a very like specific situation.
But I feel like that's the only situation. Like nowadays,
Well, I only put like, because we kind of changed the D, no should you know, but like the only reason I put that in there is because I wanted to bring it to, because I don't think as Americans we should know it anymore, because it's going to be obsolete very soon.
It's like, what's the
Unless
point of
unless
having
you're buying these old ass cars, because they're not making manual cars
No.
anymore.
Well, this is the thing,
They're
too.
Very rarely making them.
that's the other point I need to make too. Fuck manual. It is. This ruins the moment if everyone leans back. I don't feel as
Exactly.
powerful. And Mike just can totally
This is after
emasculate.
hours. We're grabbing the mic. We're leaning back.
It feels good, right? You feel a little more
I'll button
power.
a button.
If I had a button, I had a button.
But dude, in manual, you gain so much more
No,
speed.
this is
And
the
you
thing.
save
Now I'm
gas.
up. Now I'm up. Because this is the thing. Manual is so fucking dumb. Why do you want to work at your car? Just let it fucking... I'm getting from point A to point B.
Yeah, but there's something.
Yeah.
There's got to be something about slapping it into fucking second to fourth,
Okay, listen.
and like there's
No.
because there's always like, because I've seen that before, and it's just like, God, I want to.
There's a distinct memory of me leaving, I think, Fast 5 in theaters. And my car has that, the bullshit automatic manual.
I did that
Right?
recently too.
So I'm like... So I leave Fast 5. I'm like, we're going to put this bitch in the manual. My automatic Chevy Cruze with a 1.4 cylinder fucking car. So I fucking just ran, and I think I'm going fast. I'm not doing anything. Like, I get it feels cool, but I feel like as a person, like my brother, who loves Mustang, he's had 3 Mustangs and a Camaro in the past 2 years, right? 3 of them were manual. I get it when you have a nice car, right? I guess it's part of like that whole persona. But to me, that's not worth it. The times that it's worth it to be cool with your car instead of what does everyone use it for, your everyday driving and commuting? How is that worth it?
Yeah.
The only way it could be worth it is if that was my weekend car,
It also has to do with people that grew up with it, though. That's the only difference. Is like people that grew up doing it, like they just have that need to.
I guess
there's probably
that
people
need
that
for
don't even
speed.
think about it when they do it.
Yeah.
I guess
for
No,
us,
it's literally
we're
by like
yeah.
people don't even look at gauges; they just by sound.
for
and
us,
they
it's
know
Yeah.
that
it's
shit.
it's relatively foreign, so it feels like it seems like a hassle. But for somebody that has been doing it for years.
I can understand that, but why not just not have to do anything?
But if they started that way, then they don't really.
There's truck drivers that have they have 2 fucking shift knobs.
For what?
It's like, yeah, all right. Like think about like a mountain bike, right?
Mm-hmm.
Remember how it would have like a 1, 2, 3 on one side, so that was like the bigger gear, and then it would have like the smaller ones on that side. That's basically what it is. So like
in a truck,
I still never understood that though.
Yeah.
You'd go through 6 gears, and then you'd have to like reach your arm through the steering wheel to keep the steering wheel straight, and then shift to the next one, and then go through another 6 gears. And then do it again to get up to the next.
If I was betting money and you told me that, I would call you a fucking liar to your face, because there's no way that seems street legal.
It's a real thing.
That's fucking stupid. Like how is everything not? They also get an easy pass too, because it's like usually a manual car, if you can get it, is like almost $2,000 to $3,000 cheaper for a fucking transmission because of a manual transmission.
There you go. There's a little incentive,
but
they're hardly making them anymore.
Yeah.
They don't like people like are pissed because they want like these like new muscle cars and like nice cars to be fucking manuals because that's what they want. But then again, like that's not what most of the population wants. So
I'm gonna go ahead and say I do know how to drive. I'd be that fuckboy that would have to, but I don't believe Americans should know because I want to weed those out. I want to weed them people out.
Well, I also just want to bring that to autonomous cars.
I'm not on board with that.
No.
What?
Autonomous cars.
Self-driving cars.
Yeah.
It's because in that situation, you'd either have to. Everyone would have to have an autonomous car, or there's none. Work. It's all or nothing because you can't have some people not driving and then some asshole riding up right behind them, riding their ass and like.
Because what's gonna happen is. I know how to identify a self-driving car, so I'm going to purposely fuck with that self-driving car because it's fucking crazy assholes on the road all the time. I'm not saying I'm going to do it. I'm just saying that's
you just said you were going to do it.
You literally just said.
I know how to identify these people. I'm going to fuck with them.
I was just saying I know that people are going to do that, but like I never thought of that till just now, but I feel like that's so true. It's got to be all or nothing, because how the fuck are you going to make highways where some people are just in?
I just don't understand how they're ever going to work, because I remember like the Google car, some shit. It was like a fly flew into the fucking like the main sensor of it, and it just stopped dead short.
I never heard that before.
It had like an object in front of it, but it was just a fly that hit the sensor.
I feel like they'll figure that stuff out eventually.
I feel
it'll advance.
I feel like that's the only way it would actually work is if it was all or nothing. Yeah. Because then they have them all synced up, and then you have a traffic flow moving at solid 85, and
traffic again. That's like the thing that it would fight for. Like, there's gonna be people that want it because people love driving cars. There are people that love driving.
That's
cars,
never gonna stop. Yeah,
but like that's the main thing. Like, there would never be traffic.
No, I think that's pretty easy. I mean, you just make extra high. I feel like we're within 20 years where they'll just make like a higher highway or something above, and that's the self-driving car lane.
You wouldn't even need traffic lights if everybody had autonomous cars. You would literally be able to like it would just be all right, a grid of cars going this way, right?
And they know when to go between.
Like it would just be nonstop. Like it would basically be all these cars like pretty much talking to each other, right? And it would just be nonstop, just driving through.
But I feel like that's the sci-fi future, because the real part is that none of the car brands are going to want to work together, because once one car company has a self-autonomous car, the next one is.
Well, yeah, there's
so it's like they're not going to let them sync up.
There's not going to be any more like, oh, we have more horsepower or anything like.
We have better technology and shit like that.
But
that's why I feel like the focus should be more on like what Tesla's looking at. And everyone getting on these, these cars that aren't consuming a shit ton of fuel.
But the thing is, too, like those cars, there's, I think Tesla hired them, or one of the companies, because the guy figured out how to hack them. It's like he fucking hacked somebody's electric car and took control of it. So it's like, that's a fucking other real scare where someone hacks your autonomous car and you're fucking going off the rails. So I don't know.
Well, also the fact of like, wait, go ahead.
They can do that with like just any car that can like hook up to like
Bluetooth or internet.
I mean, there's so many
That's
cars
possible.
with so
And
much
what
tech
they
in them
can
now.
go once they get in there.
Like screw
what
with
they-
like your power steering and stuff.
like even the smallest thing in a car could easily end your life.
Well, I was
I gotta-
gonna just think about how much that would change like car insurance though, because that wouldn't work.
That's why earlier this episode I said the fear of dying. What the fuck is 20 years from now going to look like? 10 years ago we didn't have smartphones, or we just got smartphones. 20 years from now, we're in our 50s.
We can back up our brains on the cloud.
Did you say 20
Not that
years
far.
from now?
20 years from now, you're going to be 43.
I'm gonna be in
People were
my
already
50s.
talking about-
53.
Whoa,
Shit.
slow down.
30, yeah.
People were already talking about downloading people's consciousness
Mm.
on the fucking like hard drive.
I like that because we're going to end the Foreplay podcast here because my topics,
Oh,
No,
we're shooting
'cause you
these.
gotta pee.
We're shooting these back to back. That too. I'm not fucking lying. We all gotta pee. But we're gonna save some of that for my next show, which is gonna go up 2 weeks from now. Spoiler alert: we're shooting these back to back. We're not gonna change. We're not doing nothing. But thank you guys for watching thus far.
Sorry.
Christian just flipped his cap. We're having 2 guests again on the first time ever. Please subscribe to our channel at youtube.com/foreplayvideo and then go into the description of all of our videos. Like and follow all of our social media pages. We very much appreciate it. We're at 69 subscribers. That's everyone's favorite number. I want to get to 100. Let's get there.
69?
Yeah, 69 today.
69.
Great number.
I thought we were still in the 30s.
No, we've moved up quite a little bit.
Quite a little bit.
Thank you guys for watching. We'll be right back with some more.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy. Thank you guys for watching or listening.
Please subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/foreplayvideo.
If you like what we're doing, make sure to smash that like button.
Be sure to share all our videos with your friends so we could continue to grow. And we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.